Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we find ourselves barricaded behind stone walls on Arena to witness a match to the death between our blue Mongol player VarVarus and our purple Gurjara player Ning. Now while the players expand and explore their immediate areas with llamas looking for turkeys and other sources of food, let's take a look at their respective civs. The Mongols, my opinion, one of the OG strongest civs in the game. Fast, mobile, pack a real punch. Now, in addition to their early game bonus of hunters working 40% faster, which, believe me, in the early game can significantly cut down the time to feudal, they do have a couple of good military upgrades and bonuses that make them a strong civ to contend with. First of all, their cav archers fire 25% faster. Their hussars and steppe lancers and light cavalry all have 30% extra HP, and their scout cavalry and their light cavalry have extra line of sight. Now, if you manage to get to Imperial and research it, you can also find an upgrade that makes their siege units move 50% faster. All of that is to mean that the Mongols can see you coming from a mile away, react fast, and attack you even faster. Their unique unit, the Mangdai, is a cavalry archer with an attack bonus against siege and spearmen, and is a super fast moving and a super fast firing unit. I believe its delay in firing is lower than a cav archer, which makes it super quick, very good for hit and runs, very good for sneaking into enemy bases, and just completely gutting entire mineral lines, wood lines, food lines, etc. Now, because the Mongols are technically considered what's called a quote-unquote nomadic civilization, like the Tatars and the Cumans, they do have access to steppe lancers. And like I mentioned before, their steppe lancers, 30% extra HP. So you can imagine a just column of those guys ransacking an entire base. They attack fast. They can hit one behind the other because of the extra range. They are a tough unit to deal with. So all of this is to say that the Mongols, super fast, super aggressive, very tough civ to deal with. Now, speaking of speed, not to be outdone, we have the Gurjaras. Now, they have a couple of quirky economic traits. First of all, if you notice, they start with 2 bushes, so an extra 250 food right off the bat. Another interesting thing, their mill, if you take a look at the bottom left of your screen, can actually garrison herdables. So in this case, on this map, we have turkeys and llamas. You can put up to 10 in a mill. Everyone starts with 8 on this map. The second you put them in the mill, if you take a look at the top right of your screen, 6 food, 7 food, 8 food, it just increases your food automatically, albeit pretty slowly. So in a normal game, when you're playing other civs, usually you get your lumber camp first and then your mill. With the Gurjaras, it's the exact opposite. First, you build the mill, you put all the animals inside, and then you get your lumber camp. All the while, you've got 2 extra berries underneath your town center. Now, economics aside, militarily, their camel and elephant units are produced faster, and their mounted units deal extra bonus damage. Now, that's not regular damage, that's bonus damage. So, for example, if our purple Gurjara were to go monks, and our blue Mongol player, who is now going out on the map, builds Scout Cav that have a plus 10 attack bonus. This guy has a plus 10 attack bonus against monks. That plus 10 becomes plus 14. So 40% extra attack bonus on all mounted units. Now, when you get to Castle Age with the Gurjaras, that's when they have a cool access to a couple of cool units. The first one is their Chakram Thrower, which is the unique unit you can build out of their castle. This is essentially a ranged infantry unit that throws discs. So I don't know the ages of the people watching this video. If you recognize the reference, think of it like Xena Warrior Princess. She had the disc, and like Xena's disc, the Chakram Thrower's disc goes through multiple enemies at once, similar to a scorpion projectile. Ooh, we have a forward watchtower here. Let's see what happens. An immediate wall off by our purple Gurjara, so we'll see if he takes any real damage out of this tower, if blue manages to break into the base. In the meantime, the second unique unit of the Gurjaras, is the Shrivamsha Rider. Now, this is a very cool unit, one of my favorite in the games. It is the bane, the absolute bane of all archer players. It's a fast, versatile cavalry unit that can actually dodge archer fire. So basically, the basic Shrivamsha rider dodges 5 projectiles. The elite version dodges 7. And by the way, that's on only a 20-second cooldown. So imagine dodging 5 or 7 projectiles. Imagine you mass them. They can completely just erase an entire archery line in a matter of seconds. So very fast. We'll see how our blue Mongol player decides to deal with the fact that our purple Gurjara has access to these units, because like I said, the Mongol Civ, their strengths really lie in their cavalry archer, their Mangudai, fast-moving, hard-hitting, quick attack. But we'll see if any of that matters if our purple player decides to go into Shrivamsha. In the meantime, our Mongol player has made it to feudal, very far ahead of our Gurjara player, and that's where in the beginning of the video I mentioned the hunters working 40% faster and gathering the food 40% faster really makes a huge difference. He's almost 3 minutes into feudal before his opponent gets there. Knocking down the front gate, managed to get a wall, gonna knock down these palisade walls, which by the way are still in Dark Age, so they're at 150 HP, not 250 HP, which they'll get to in 50 seconds once our purple Gurjara gets into feudal. Now, a final note about the Gurjara, they do have an upgrade where all the military units, the food cost goes down 25%. Now, that might not seem like a lot, but if he decides, for example, to go Shrivamsha, they cost 70 food, 20 gold. Imagine the 70 food becoming 52. Oh, he ungarrisoned his herdables, expecting an attack on the mill. One silly turkey goes south, the other ones run north, but they're now ungarrisoned, so they're not producing food. That being said, I don't know if Ning really cares. He's sitting at almost 600 food right now. Market coming down. We'll see. He's sitting at 24 villagers. Our blue Mongol sitting at 22, but 5 of them are here at the front. So economic advantage right now goes to our Gurjara player, but military advantage, look at this. 3 towers already in purple's base. I don't think VarVarus wants to let his opponent get to castle, even though with the market and the blacksmith building and the accumulation of resources at the top right of your screen, we know that our purple Gurjara is steaming straight ahead into Castle Age. We'll see just how far VarVarus can penetrate into Ningg's base before Ning does go up to castle, because once he's in castle, then he obviously has a whole bunch of other upgrades that a bunch of units he has at his disposal, especially siege or his own castles, that can essentially nullify this entire frontal attack. These 5 villagers joining in on the attack. 2 or 3 of them are idle. Now all 5 are idle. The camel scout has to be careful. You don't want to get gunned down by those towers. And yeah, behind this, Ninnnggg goes immediately up to castle. VarVarus, nowhere close. He is getting town watch. So he wants to be able to see further in. He's trying to tower rush. He is literally does not have the structures to go to castle, does not have the food or the gold to go to structure. He is at the moment all in on feudal. We'll see if that changes once he realizes that Ning has hit castle in basically 1 minute and 30 seconds. For now, these towers are annoying, but not game-ending. They're doing more to zone purple out of the front of his base than anything else, really. We have our barracks going down. We'll see if he wants to go infantry or if that's just a precursor to a stable or an archery range, siege workshop, etc. Another tower going down. VarVarus is completely disinterested from going up to castle. What does he have in his base? Let's zoom out on his base. Very basic. He's mining stone, obviously, because he needs it for those castles. The towers, rather. Oh, this is annoying. This is a pure, pardon my French, a pure dick move to lame your opponent's gold like this. Not even with houses, not with palisades, but with actual stone walls. Always fun to see, always annoying to deal with, depending which side of the keyboard you're sitting on. And here we go. So, Ning is in castle. We'll see how he intends to respond. Siege workshop going down immediately. VarVarus not responding. Starting to accumulate and bank resources, but he is very far away very far away from Castle Age. We have a barracks going down in the front. I like the positioning of Ningg's military structures. I would have maybe liked them to be within this area defended by the tower, but I like the idea of having them in the back here. For now, he's getting his first Shrivamsha rider and getting his first armored elephant. So, yeah, 1 or 2 armored elephants should really be enough to take care of this entire amount of pressure here by VarVarus. So VarVarus has a couple of options here. Continue going towers, which your opponent is now in castle. That is not a viable strategy. Feudal castles die very quick. Feudal towers, rather, die very quickly to any kind of castle siege. The other option is try to boom into Castle Age yourself, which it looks like he's doing. He's starting to bank 200 food, which is more than the 40 he had a minute ago. Option number 3 is just resign. Because you know you're so far behind. I hope he doesn't do option number 3. I hope he doesn't go for option number 1. I hope he goes for option number 2, so we get to see Castle, Imperial Age fun, especially from these 2 civs. Here we go. So the first elephant waddles in slowly. The Shrivamsha riders take 0 damage from these arrows because they are either dodging it or the arrows are missing. Okay, VarVarus is establishing a forward base here. Now he's finally getting the buildings needed to go up to castle. So there's a blacksmith going down here. I don't see anything else really going down at the front or in his base. These villagers, I mean, they are attacking. They are saying, you know what? Forget gathering resources. Forget anything. We're just going to attack these structures. A spearman joins in. We'll see if the market goes down or if he repairs it. I don't know what Ning is really waiting for. Maybe another siege elephant, maybe... Okay, he's getting some scorpions. Okay. Scorpions should zone out these villagers fairly quickly, but I mean, you've got the cavalry here. Is it because he saw these 2 spearmen? Or 4 spearmen, rather? That now he realizes that they'll very quickly kill this elephant. And let's see. He's going to slowly waddle his way over. We'll see which avenue of attack he chooses to go down. Okay, so going immediately for this tower, the spearmen now numbering 5. We'll see if they decide. Okay, he backs away. Okay, the spearman should get that camel. No. 1 swipe away from death. And here we go. This is what I was talking about. Feudal castle. I don't know why I keep saying castles. Feudal towers just suck against any kind of castle siege. I mean, oh god, those spearmen all died. Oh, you don't want to fight spearmen in a choke point here, though. I mean, you're gonna win, but are you really winning? That Shrivamsha rider should go down too. Okay, 2 towers down, 2 left, 3 left if you count the one in the back. The market did not go down, even though it only had 145 HP left. Okay. I would say our purple Gurjara player has defended this very well. Okay. VarVarus making use of all of his units, including the scout cavalry he was born into with this in this game. Has he... No, I was going to ask if our Gurjara player garrisoned whatever livestock he had left, but no, he just slaughtered them, ate them, and went up to castle. Okay, 2 towers left for blue. And what's he going to do behind this? I mean, he's not expanding on his forward position. Now the pikemen are running away. No further follow-up here to the laming of the gold. Okay, 1 more tower will go down. I don't think he really needs the ballistas here. But what does he have behind this? Okay, building a house. He is a minute and a half away from going up to castle himself. So I guess one of the benefits of having mined stone from the very beginning of the game to build your towers is that now you've got 700 stone at the top left of your screen. So he has enough. The second he hits castle, I expect a castle to go down. The question is, will it be a defensive castle? Because now all of a sudden this position is going to be completely overrun. Or will it be a more aggressive castle? We'll see if VarVarus wants to continue putting on the aggression For now, neither player really collecting relics. All 5 are still left on the map. I think Ning is probably more focused on just dislodging this annoying frontal proxy position here. But we're sitting at 7 spearmen, which against a siege elephant and 2 shrivamshas is pretty good. I mean, the scorpions will zone it out. We'll make these spearmen basically, we'll nullify them, but we'll see if they get upgraded or used at all. Okay, immediately plops down a defensive castle. Yeah, so this is behind the stone walls. A stable going down. I hope we're going to see some cool cavalry out of our blue Mongol player. Either cav archers, steppe lancers. Steppe lancers are always fun to watch. But the shrivamsha riders, look at that speed at the bottom left of your screen, 1.6. And he has not researched husbandry. Once he researches husbandry, that goes up by 10% to 1.76. That is incredibly fast. That might actually be the fastest unit in the game, unless there's another unit that has a bonus. Oh, don't you hate when that happens, when you clump fast units with slow units? And then they just move so slow, like they're in slow motion. Okay, Shrivamsha rider got tongue-tied there for a second, peeks its nose, and he saw the castle. Okay, so he knows that VarVarus is now taking a more defensive approach, meaning that he himself can take a more aggressive posturing on the map. And look at that, immediately starts posturing and puffing out his chest on the map, because he knows the blue Mongol player is nowhere to be found. 5 scorpions. I mean, this is good, but you're playing against Mongols who have a unique unit with a bonus attack against siege. Or VarVarus can just say, Isaac doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, I'm going knights. Let's see if these 3 knights can take care. They'll definitely kill a couple of these. Yeah, so 2 of them will go down immediately. 3 go down. 4 go down. I love that play by VarVarus. The one dangerous unit here for him, given his army composition, were the scorpions. And with 3 knights, he removes the threat entirely, and now our purple Gurjara player is no longer dominant on the map. He has to retreat. Okay. Managed to convert 1 spearman and survives to tell the tale, or will he? I mean, these spearmen attack so weak, except against cavalry, of course. Okay, so a good amount of back and forth by both players, basically reset their military counts. Our blue Mongol, what does he have? Sitting on 2 knights, 5 Mangudai, to our purple Gurjaras, spearmen, 2 monks, 4 shrivamshas, and 5 camels. I would say advantage numbers for Gurjaras, of course. I mean, 13 to 5. Okay, Shrivamsha is trying to get into the woods here. Let's see, has he seen the location? He's seen 4 of the 5 relics. He's going to see the 5th one right now. Our blue Mongol player sees 4 of them and just saw 1 of them disappear, if he was looking. So for now, going Mangudai. Who the hell doesn't love seeing these guys? They're so fast. They attack so fast. They can decimate entire enemy lines. If you're playing against a Mongol player, do not go slow units, because you are just going to get sniped and cut in half by their Mangudai. Behind this are purple Gurjara. More stables. Okay, I like this. Okay, only 2 at the moment, but in the front position. I like that he's reinforcing his walls with houses. I always love seeing that on this map. And we have a bit of a potential skirmish here. I mean, these camels will do a lot of damage to these Mangudai if our blue Mongol isn't careful. Yeah, he's got to get the upgrades. Okay, here we go. So husbandry going down for our purple player. And let's say, take a look at the bottom left of your screen. Oh my god. So he took it took 2 volleys from 8 Mangudais. 2 volleys from 8 Mangudais to kill 1 Shrivamsha rider. That's the freaking power of this unit. And now look at the speed, 1.76. I mean, that is lightning fast. That is incredibly fast. Okay, second town center going down, or already gone down. For our purple player, our blue player, happy to just sit on 1. I think his all of his wood is going towards his unique unit. Okay, let's see how he engages here. Potential convert on one of them. Okay, no real damage for either player except a lost Scorpion here. Returning to the Earth. I mean, VarVarus is doing well at this point, given how badly his initial push went. Oh, that is an interesting location for a castle. Does he want to zone out this stone line? Okay, it reaches the gate. Okay, an interesting location. I'm not sure. Okay, and an interesting location by Ning. Okay. I'm not sure these are the two locations I personally would have chosen to build castles. Okay, he relocates this one. I mean, it covers the stone, makes that unmineable. Knock down the gate, which will open a path into Ning's base. So not terrible. Oh, we have another engage here. As I was saying, our Mongol player right now needs wood. Right? All of these units that you're looking at right now, the pike, the Mangudai, all these structures he's building, they need wood. He's got knights out, but he's not building knights. His upgrades are leaning towards archers. He needs wood. 20 on wood is not going to cut it. He's sitting at 64 villagers to our Gurjara player's 91. So economic advantage definitely going to our purple player. Militarily, I don't know. The numbers are identical. Shrivamshas are not going to take any damage from these Mangudai, but the pike are a different story. Oh, terrible engage here by purple. Terrible engage here. Look at that. You see one blue unit amongst a field of dead purple. Fantastic engage here by our blue Mangudai. Our blue Mongol player, rather. And now he discovers the location of this castle. Unfortunately, to discover it, this caped Mangudai has paid for it with his life. Oh, what a cheeky move. So, he lames the gold over here, and then he steals the stone over here. Now, in Arena, generally... Oh, look at that. Look at the sniping. Oh, these are so fun to watch. As I was saying, in Arena, usually you have some extra resource patches immediately outside your base. Usually one stone and one gold. And so if you know that, and you know where your opponent's base is, you can kind of do cheeky little moves like this, where you see, oh, we have a little petard. Okay. And now the Mangudai are in his base, but he's walled it off. But the wall off is not that great. We have a 2000 HP blacksmith here that will die fairly quickly, or he can always go for the 1800 wall. Okay, our Mangudai player still not going for a second town center, still only on 21 wood. But he's going up to Imperial. As I say that, purple is literally about to reach Imperial in 2-1 now. Let's see what he does with his advantage. Chakram throwers coming down. We're going to get to see Xena warrior princesses throwing their discs. A lot of times when you play Gurjaras and you reveal to your opponent... Ugh, stupid tiger. And you reveal to your opponent that you're going cavalry. So the shrivamshas, the camels, etc. What your opponent does to counter that is introduces a large number of infantry, which is exactly what VarVarus did. These pike. If you remember the engage that was down here in the south, oh my god, the bodies are still there. This engagement was terrible for purple because of those pike, not because of the Mangudai. The Mangudai barely did anything in that fight, except maybe I think got a camel or two, but the Shrivamshas dodged all of the projectiles. So if you know that your opponent knows that you've gone cavalry and then masses infantry, the immediate response should always be Chakram, because these guys will rip through. Let's see what they do to the pike. Look at this. Bye-bye, pikemen. Bye-bye, pikemen. Literally, just hit Shift Delete, and you'll kill your units slower. Look at how many pike died there in exchange for nothing. So let's see how many kills between and all these chakram throwers. Sorry, 1 second. 9 pikes they killed so far. Okay, slowly working down this annoying wall laming. Oh, a couple of villagers taking action into their own hands. Trebs out for both players now. Let's see where those trebs are. So 2 trebs here. Not sure what there is to attack here except a monastery with 3 relics. That being said, Ning's 2 trebs, what are they going to do? Blue has no infrastructure here except for this 1 castle, which is now defended by 3 trebs and 22 Mangudai. Okay, let's see what Ning decides to do. So far, he's just expanding out onto the map, building his own infrastructure here, and going Shrivamsha. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't really know what our Mongol player can do here. I think at this stage, he's got to go quantity, right? You have to overwhelm your opponent. Oh, no. Yeah, this is terrible for the chakrams, but they managed to get off a couple of juicy shots. Look how slow those camels moved when they're paired with the... Wow, 2 entire volleys from 23 Mangudai. That's 46 volleys to kill a single Shrivamsha rider. But that being said, let's just watch. Let's let the game do the talking. And see how far these Shrivamshas get. Random petard. Okay, so the pike should be dead any second now. And these Shrivamshas, have they regenerated? Yeah, they've mostly regenerated. If you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you see the white line underneath their HP. That's the 20-second counter for dodging. So all of these guys, 18, can dodge 5 projectiles each. They're not elite yet. But we are going to see elite chakram throwers. Now, this is a difficult question because... do you engage into the Mangudai when they're protected by a castle? Right? Because you do dodge the projectiles, but a castle fires fast and fires multiple projectiles. So that dodging bonus, that feature, gets erased very quickly by 1 castle. So he's got to be careful here. He's got the better army comp. Another castle going down here for VarVarus. Why so far behind? Is he anticipating losing this castle? Here we go. Viper Gate blocking out the riders. Okay, he splits up his Shrivampas. I keep saying that wrong. His riders. Good decision. 3 trebs go down. But let's see. Has the dodging effect passed? And will these Mangudai survive? God, they're having a difficult time getting rid of these Shrivamshas. Oh my god. I said it in the beginning of the video, the bane of every archer player. Literally the bane. Look at that. 2 volleys from 18 Mangudai to kill 1 unit. 36 arrows to kill 1 unit. And he's massing them. Oh, you love to see it. What are we at? We're going up to 35 riders. We're at 14 chakrams. Military advantage firmly here in favor of our purple Gurjara player. He's going to chase these Mangudai down. He says, you know what? I've had enough. If you had more army, you'd show me and I'd see it. I don't see anything here. That being said, he's engaging into a Venn diagram of death here. Look at this. This is the worst place he could have engaged into. Oh no. Purple just threw away a whole bunch of riders. That being said, he did clear up the castle up north. He is going to clear up this castle here. And what does our blue Mongol player really have to respond? You can't just keep building Mangudai. A lot of engaging and disengaging here, but I think our purple player has had enough. Ning says, I'm tired of running away and coming back. My Shrivamshas have barely taken any damage. And let's see the engage here. I mean, he's taking very bad engagement. He has a superior army, but he's not actually engaging. Right? Fantastic fight here for our blue Mongol player. Wow. Huge mistake, I think, by Ning to not directly engage. I mean, yes, you're going to take a bunch of castle fire. Yes, you'll lose 10 or 15 of these guys, but you will wipe out your enemy's entire army. And now he's coming back. He's brought the chakrams with him. He's brought the trebs. The Mangudai are hidden here. See their outline. What the hell are the Shrivamsha riders attacking? Where are they? Here we go. Okay. Look at this. Look how tanky the Shrivamsha riders are with that dodge ability. That being said, for now, our blue Mongol has managed to hold them back. But here come the Trebs. He doesn't really have an answer to these. He has... Yeah, he's getting cavalry upgrades and going up to light cav. I mean, that's a desperation move. And he's cornered his army here. This might just be GG. Oh. Yeah. Wow, Shrivamsha riders for the win in this game. Like the Ning played to the strength of the Gurjaras perfectly, in my opinion. He built cavalry to deal with the original incursion here. That cavalry was countered by pike. That pike was then countered by chakrams. And like I said in the, like 15 minutes ago, the amount of villagers that VarVarus had on wood was not sufficient. 18 here, probably a few more left, right, and center, but I don't think he ever went to 30 plus villagers on wood. And when you're producing Mangudai, when you're producing pike, when you're producing town centers, infrastructure, all of that costs wood. You know, you're not going an infantry or a cavalry based attack that needs a lot of food. What you need is wood. And so look, he banked up a shit ton of food for what? 2,000 food. Wasn't helpful at all. And I think that was the first domino to basically end the game with a GG, is the fact that he just could not keep up production. What did he have in terms of infrastructure? We're looking at 1 archery range, 1 stable, and 3 barracks. I mean, tell me if I'm misinterpreting it, but these 5 production buildings are not enough, especially 3 barracks. What are you going to do with barracks against 22 Shrivamshas, 14 chakrams? What are you going to produce here? You haven't upgraded. You have no attack upgrades for your infantry. You have a couple of upgrades, defensive upgrades, I guess. But all of your upgrades are in archery. You have the full attack, full defense upgrades available to the Mongols. Even got ballistics. I mean, I would have loved to see more on wood. Probably, honestly, 45 to 60 would be a good number. This is a good location. I think had he gotten this town center up and started cutting down the trees here, he would have stood more of a chance, but Purple did not let him. Purple, once he dislodged this frontal position, look at his presence on the map. He just said, you know what? I see you're running away. I see you're in defensive mode. I see I smell the winds. I feel the wind of which direction it's blowing. And I'm going to plop down 8 stables. And I'm going to put down 2 castles, 3 castles, actually. Oh, he managed to get rid of the annoying walls here. So good for him there. But yeah, just pedal to the metal. And look at Purple, just overwhelmed. Blue took a couple of very good fights. Purple engaged horribly into those 2 castles that were here. But ultimately, just the production. I mean, look at Ningg's villager allocation. Okay, the Shrivamsha's 50 odd food and 20 gold. So what does he have? 47 on food. All of these units take food, except for the Trebs. A few on gold and a few on wood. But the bulk of his villagers are on food. That's exactly what I would have liked to see with our Mongol player, except on wood. I would have loved to see, like I said, 45 to 60 on wood, plop down a bunch of archery rangers, get more barracks, start pumping out pike to be a meat shield for your cav archers, or your even steppe lancers would have been fantastic in any kind of engage here and in a good quantity. But unfortunately, he didn't build the infrastructure because he just didn't have the wood. He didn't have the wood for it. A couple of stables going down here, but too little, too late. And yeah, our purple Gurjara just flooded over him. So well played by both players, to be honest. I like the early aggression here by our Mongol player. Unfortunately, yeah, he was too, I guess, tunnel visioned on it because Ning got to castle just so much faster. And when you get to castle and you have those siege elephants and Shrivamsha and Chakram and camels, those 850 HP towers don't stand a chance. And then from then, he just dictated the pace of the game. And look at the villager count, 109 to 79, army count 46 to 4. Units killed 180 by our Mongol player, only 109 by our purple Gurjara. So advantage in death count does go to our Mongol player just by virtue of how fast the Mangudai are and how fast they fire and that early aggression that he put on. But ultimately, like I said, he just did not have the resources or the production facilities to keep up with what's on the field. 30 Shrivamsha riders, 14 chakrams, a camel, for some reason, 2 scout cavalry, and a monk. And add on top of that the nail in the coffin, which is 3 trebs, and you just lost 3 castles. I think VarVarus saw the way the game was going, very wisely chose to GG to fight, live to fight another day. And overall, a great game. I love that both players played to the strengths of their civilizations. Our Mongol went fast cavalry archer. Our Gurjara went unique units, which is what they're known for. And just a super fun civ to play. Highly recommend both of these civs to play. And like I said, quick pro tip before I end the video. If you do play Gurjaras, go mill first, lumber camp second. Just so you can start collecting your herdables and shoving them into the mill so that they can auto-generate food for you. But yeah, very fun game. Very fast action, fast-paced. Lots of death everywhere, which is always fun to see. And GG to both players. If you like what you saw, please feel free. Like, comment, subscribe, enable notifications, all that good stuff. And I'll see everyone in the next one for hopefully some more bloodbaths and great micro, macro, and fun all around. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.